pricing information and a quote from Mascot Junction is very fast and easy. First, go to the How to Order button, and in here you'll see a quick quote button, which will take you to our quote site. Now, our quote site is set up like a shopping cart. Very easy to use, similar to every other shopping cart you see out there on the internet. The only difference is you don't actually purchase with this website. You load up a shopping cart, and at the end of the process, it'll generate a quote for you. It'll be a PDF that's emailed directly to you. So we have our products listed over here on the left. You've got our product categories in the right here if you prefer to work with pictures. Let's take a look at posters, how those work. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at matrix posters. Those are very popular. The quoting system will take you through all the different options. It'll give you samples of how different things can look for inspiration and so forth. But let's take a look at our two sizes. The matrix posters come in 1 and 2 sizes. Let's take the larger size right here. Then it allows you to choose the material. You have all these material options. In this case, we're going to take vinyl because it's our most popular. It doesn't dog ear, it's very durable, it's very clean, and you can do things like, well, let's get it with a cut edge and a grommet. That would be good. Hemmed edge would be for something maybe a little bit bigger or something going outside, but we're going to do a cut edged with grommets. And then in this case, some schools have voice levels and some schools don't. If you have voice levels that you want to add here, it'll come up with another window saying, well, how do you want the language in your voice? What are your voice levels? We could load them in here right now. And let's just say, well, we're undecided. I know I want voice levels, and we're just gonna put a note in here saying decide later. There are people behind this system. We'll see a note like that, and it'll be like, okay, they're going to decide later, and we're going to move on, and we'll get back to you about that later. So don't get hung up on anything, if you don't know exactly what we're doing, because we will take you by the hand and make sure you get exactly what you want. Now, under language, we do dual language if you like. It's a one-time $50 charge if you want. You saw the price jump up per unit, but we're going to do, for the sake of, I'm going to turn that off, for the sake of this example, we're going to do English only, and then you set your quantity down here. Let's say that we're going to get 5 of these posters, then we're going to add them to the quote or add them to the shopping cart. It's going to be loaded to the shopping cart. Now you can view the shopping cart either here or you can view it up here. Let's go, it'll say view quote, but it's actually going to take you to the shopping cart first. And it shows you we have these. Now here you can either cancel all of these items, you can review all the details that you have right here, and you could change your quantity if you want. If you change your quantity, then click on Update Cart, and you'll see this number will change real quickly for you. So like I said, it's like very many other shopping carts. So let's go ahead. We're gonna add something else. We're gonna go and get some signs, and let's say we're shopping for ceiling signs. They're popular. Again, we show a variety of different examples here of how they could look, and so forth. And we'll take a look at those. So, and your specs are here. We're going to look at our sizes. Our most popular size is the large size right here. And then it says, so how do you want these sequential, 1 word per sign, individual, combined wording on a single sign? Again, this is just showing how the shopping cart system will take you by the hand and show you what your options are and explain them to you. This is an individual sign here on the bottom where everything's combined on one, and the one up above is sequential. So let's just say that we're going to do sequential, and then we also want to put a wording in there too. What do we have? Respectful, safe, responsible. Okay, we're going to say respectful, safe, responsible. So, and oftentimes, if you have like an acronym like SOAR or ROAR or whatever, you could put those in here then. And again, if you're not ready or you don't have it at your fingertips, just move on without putting that in there and move forward. Now, since we're doing sequential, we're going to need 1 for each word. So we're going to order 3 signs. As a matter of fact, let's just do this. We're going to do it in 2 different hallways. So let's have 2 sets of signs, and we'll do it that way. We'll have a total of 6. And so now let's go back and look at what's in the shopping cart again. We're going to take one last look at it and say, okay, we've got two different items. The quantities are good. Everything looks good here. So let's go ahead and we're going to proceed to get the quote. Now, when we proceed to get the quote, it's going to, if you have already registered, you can just log in right here. And that's what we're going to do so that you can see what it is. If you haven't registered yet, we're going to have you go through this process. It's just a couple questions that we have to ask you. What's your school name? What are your school colors? You know, how do you want your logo handled? A few simple things like that that we'll need in order to fill your order. But if you've already filled that stuff in, you can just log in, and that's what we're going to do right here, right now. So we're logging in. Everything in the shopping cart is still going to be there. And then I'm going to show you how the quote looks like when we get there. And let's go back to the quote card. Let's see. Hopefully that looks like we should have signed in there. We'll see. I'm doing this on the fly. So let's see. Now we're going to proceed to get quote. And here we go. You can see it's going to ask for another information again. The zip code and the state are essential. We're just going to say we're in Missouri, so we're going to go ahead and fill that in right there. And that helps us calculate shipping, because that's part of why we have a quote system, because everything is there, you know, shipping is a variable that we can't just put on a price list. But our quotes do include shipping, so that when you get the quote, I'm going to show it to you here in a second. So at this point, you can see kind of a quote detail. It doesn't show shipping yet, but right here, you can download the quote, which is what we're going to do. And the quote itself will actually have the shipping calculated for you, and that's a PDF that you can download onto your computer. It is also going to email you a copy of this PDF, and you can see shipping is calculated down here. It's got a date, we've got a quote number, and you can just print this out, or you can just forward this PDF to your purchasing department, and they have everything they need in order to generate a purchase order. And that's how the process starts.